All right, folks, it is time to go racing heat number 1. As they line up, James Ray and Corey Tuggle on the front row. Skylar Massey on the second row, waiting to see who loads in with him. Bryce Dickinson and Patrick Coluccio on the third row. And that is AJ Bowman on the inside of the second row for heat number 1. And Skylar Massey, what are you doing, Skylar? Looks like he might be taking an EOL here out of an overabundance of caution. As you heard him say, it's been several months since he's been in this particular car. Although he does love this track. All right, one more time around, the pace car will pull off in the middle of the backstretch. Restart zone is just past that last cone in the middle, or that last tire, I should say, in turn 4. Eight-lap heats and then on to the feature. Expect this to get a bit wild, especially with the track starting off in a fresh state. Pace truck is in, coming out of turn 4. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away. Into turn 1, side by side. Skylar Massey seems to be holding back just a little bit. But up front, this battle is already starting to heat up. James Ray now to the high side. Corey Tuggle on the bottom. And here comes Patrick Coluccio up to third already, marching his way forward. Bryce Dickinson in fourth. AJ Bowman back in fifth. Skylar Massey in sixth. But this battle for the lead, they're side by side all the way around the track. Corey almost getting into the back quarter panel of James Ray, but James manages to clear and pulls away. Down through 3 and 4. Now Corey's going to go to the high side. And while these two are battling, Patrick Coluccio starting to gain on them just a little bit. There is Patrick Coluccio. Bryce Dickinson in fourth place. And Coluccio looked like he just got the wall. Bryce might be able to catch back up to him. AJ Bowman back in fifth. Seems to be closing in just a little bit on Bryce. Skylar Massey taking it easy at the back of the field, getting the feel for the car again. James Ray still in the lead with 3 to go. But Corey Tuggle all over the back bumper. James down to the low side. Corey looking a little bit higher on entry. They come off at roughly the same line. 2 laps to go. This is the closest battle on track. And Corey, you can see that car pitching up and down as he works the throttle. Out of turn 4, white flag in the air. James Ray has the lead. Corey Tuggle bouncing up and down, trying to get the power back down as quick as possible. But James Ray pulls ahead just a little bit off of turn 2 into turn 3. They both send it in hard. But James Ray, he wins heat number 2. Corey Tuggle finishes second. Patrick Coluccio is going to finish third. Bryce Dickinson is fourth. And AJ Bowman is fifth. Skylar Massey is sixth. And Skylar is kind enough to go wreck Patrick for us. Great job, buddy. All right. Heat number 2. Ryan Arbogast and newcomer Ryan Tucker on the front row. Ty Dickinson and Nathan Voss on the second row. Stephen Evan and Zach Beisch on the third row. And we will be watching that newcomer a little bit on the close side, as it looks like Arbogast might be having some connection difficulties. That could come into play both in this heat and in the feature if he continues to blink. Pace truck drops off in the middle of the back straightaway. Now the newcomer blinked just a little bit. Coming down out of turn number 4, lined up, ready to go. Pace car, or green flag in the air. They're down and away. Side by side through turn 1, and it looks like Ryan Arbogast is going to slip into the lead for just a moment. Oh, Nathan Voss gets the wall through 3 and 4. Doesn't lose much ground though. And starting to come back up on the high side. Meanwhile, Arbogast holding on to the lead, but the newcomer, Robert Tucker, all over the back bumper. Tucker now looking down to the bottom in 1 and 2. He's got a run on the bottom. Can he hold it into 3 and 4? Down to the bottom, all the way down, almost grabbing the tires, but carries it up off of turn 4. But Ryan Arbogast has the momentum advantage up on the high side. And Arbogast pulls ahead again. Now Ryan to the bottom, Robert to the top. They're switching lines out. Meanwhile, there's a battle going on for third, as Ty Dickinson and Nathan Voss battle it out. Ty on the bottom, Nathan up top. Back up front, the battle for the lead is still going with 3 laps to go. And Ty all over the back bumper of Nathan Voss, falls back into 4th for the moment. Still battling for the lead. Based on the racing we have seen so far, the feature is going to be amazing. Ryan Arbogast now manages to pull a little bit of a gap on newcomer Robert Tucker. 1 lap to go. White flag in the air. Ryan Arbogast is up ahead. Robert Tucker sends it into turn 1, not gaining any ground. Nathan Voss has 3rd. Ty is in 4th. And Ryan Arbogast wins heat number 2. Robert Tucker finishes 2nd. Nathan Voss is 3rd. Ty Dickinson is 4th. Zach Beisch is 5th. Stephen Evan is 6th. All right, now everybody's going to roll off for the warm-up. Watching the times very close. Okay, now they're getting lined up for the 4-wide salute. I was wondering when that was coming. Obviously, some of the guys got up to speed and then had to check up. And there you see him coming through 3 and 4. The 4-wide salute to the fans. And a great job by everybody. Keeping those cars lined up like that is no easy task. All right, and they are off back getting some last minute practice in during the warm-up. And Corey Tuggle was way, way down low through 1 and 2 as he came up to speed, almost clipped the tire down on the inside. A lot of great racing going on as they pack up on track. A lot of great action. This promises to be an excellent race based on some of the lap times we're seeing. Some of these guys separated by hundreds, if not thousands of a second. The top three are separated by just 9/100ths of a second right now. And the three behind them, Nathan Voss, Ty Dickinson, Robert Tucker, all three continue to pick up speeds. Patrick Coluccio just got yeeted. Hey Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
Doug?
Hey, you're aware that car is not a helicopter, right?
I was just saying I was helicopter. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I was just saying how my car was a helicopter.
Yes, it definitely was a helicopter. Now, I have to ask, Skyler is in the field, and he has said if all else fails, his job tonight is to wreck you.
I mean, isn't that my job too when all else fails?
Yeah, that's true too.
See, it's a mutual thing between us. Like, I take his front wing off, he's infinitely faster, and if we can't beat each other, wreck each other.
That always seems to work, and it always makes for a great show.
Exactly. We're just here to put on a show for the people and provide comedy.
All right. Good luck. Remember to try and keep all four tires on the ground.
I mean, I can't fly?
No, probably not the best idea, but, you know.
But I wanted to be Garmin for a day.
Valid point. You can try and be Garmin for a day.
Okay.
Good luck, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Oh, this one's going to be fun. All right, Arbogast is now the fastest out on track. The top 9 cars are separated by just half a second on their lap times. The top 2 by 4/100ths of a second. And there's going to be some very close racing out here. This track does allow for a lot of side-by-side, a lot of 3-wide racing. Sometimes, if you're really careful, you can even get them 4-wide, and I would not be surprised to see these guys try it here tonight, as close as some of these speeds are. All right, warm-up is over. They're about to line up and go racing. All right, the lineup's going to be James Ray and Ryan Arbogast on the front row. Corey Tuggle and Robert Tucker on the second row. Patrick Coluccio and Nathan Voss on the third row. Bryce Dickinson and Ty Dickinson have the fourth row. AJ Bowman and Zach Bache rounding out the top 10. Then Skylar Massey and Stephen Evan rounding out the 12-car field. All the cars getting settled in, everybody getting stacked back up after getting going. "35 laps around the dirt track at Charlotte. 0.44 of a mile, 10-degree banking in the turns, 4-degree banking on the straights. And definitely some of the best dirt drivers on iRacing, some of the highest I-rated drivers, and that is going to mean a lot of close racing the entire time. Obviously, track carried over from warm-up, so the track is already starting to slick off. Drivers are going to have to be careful on throttle. Pace truck in, coming out of turn 4, green flag in the air. Bryce Dickinson shot to the bottom right off the bat, started trying to pick some positions up. Meanwhile, up front, James Ray and Ryan Arbogast really battling out. Newcomer Corey Tuggle trying to make it 3 wide off turn 4. Down into turn 1, this battle is really heating up. They're trying to make it 3 wide up there. Robert Tucker in the mix as well. James Ray out front. Ryan Arbogast, they're 3 wide off turn 4. Robert gets stuck in the middle. Goes back just a little bit. Robert drifting back into 5th now, holding on to it though. Now starting to make his way back toward the front. And here comes Nathan Voss on the high side. Looks like right now that high line seems to be the fastest, but nobody told Robert Tucker because he is making that bottom line really work. Ryan Arbogast is now battling for second. Corey Tuggle is trying to take the position. There goes Corey Tuggle down to the bottom here, out through 3 and 4, trying to take second place away. Ryan Arbogast currently tied for the points lead, gets the wall, but he keeps his momentum up and clears him. Down the back straightaway, James Ray is loving seeing this in his rearview mirror. It is allowing him to pull away. And they continue the battle for second place. Ryan to the high side, Corey on the bottom. Nathan Voss back in 5th place. Robert Tucker in 4th has fallen behind the top 5 or the top 3 just a little bit. Nathan Voss starting to close the gap on him a little bit as well. Bryce went backwards just a little bit. He's now starting to close back up. The battle for second continues. Oh, they touch! He gets under Ryan and sends him down to the infield spinning. Caution is out. And it looks like Nathan Voss got caught in something as well. Back that up and take a look from another angle. These two were battling nose to tail all the way around the track. And you see he just gets more momentum up off the track, up off the turn, gets underneath Arbogast, and nowhere to go. When Arbogast came back up, looked like he clipped Bryce. And Nathan Voss got caught in that mess as well. Let's see what happened. That might have been related to... Looks like something may have happened to the 10 car. He was a lap down, and the leader got to him. And there was a bit of net code there. As you saw, there was a gap, and then Nathan Voss nowhere to go. Excuse me. That is definitely going to affect things. Nathan Voss currently tied for the points lead. He is one of the guys in that 3-way tie. As they stack back up, get ready to go green. Pace truck is back in. Green flag back in the air, and James Ray gets a good launch this time on Robert Tucker. Nathan Voss now back up. He was in 3rd. He lost a position back to 4th, as here comes Bryce Dickinson in the 9. No, excuse me, that is Ty in the 9. Ty Dickinson now up to third. Nathan Voss back to fourth, and look who is on the bottom, battling his way through the field after starting in the back. Skylar Massey is starting to make his way forward, and it's 3 wide right behind him. Nathan Voss back there. Corey Tuggle trying to make his way back to the front. He shoots through the middle. Corey shoots through the middle. Now he drifts back up to the high side. Corey really working that car, trying to get back up there with the leaders. 13 laps to go. It looked like Skylar had a little bobble as the 03 gets to him. Corey Tuggle is really on a mission. He is already back up to fourth, running down Ty Dickinson here. Meanwhile, James Ray has opened up almost a 1 second gap as he crosses the start-finish line. Corey Tuggle now down to the inside of Ty Dickinson for third. Ty has the momentum advantage on the high side. Corey Tuggle still trying to make something happen down on the bottom. Ty fighting back on the high side. He had a run, and now he's going to go for the crossover move. Ty down to the bottom. And he might pull it off here. He slide job on Corey Tuggle. Corey coming back on the inside. The 9 car gets a little bit of the wall there, but what a battle that was. And now here comes Bryce up behind Ty. Nathan Voss is back there. Ryan Arbogast is in this mix as well. He is all the way back in 7th. The points leaders here tonight really struggling. Not seeing them up front where we're used to seeing them. And Ryan has a huge run on Bryce out of turn 4, but nowhere to go. And Bryce drifts up. Oh, Bryce and Ty get together. And everybody has to get evasive. Arbogast saves that car. I don't know how he pulled that one off. Back up front, James Ray still in the lead. Robert Tucker currently running in 2nd. Corey Tuggle now in 3rd, trying to run them both back down. Bryce Dickinson currently in 4th, and Nathan Voss in 5th. Right behind him, Ty. Caution is out. I do believe Skylar Massey got himself a tire. He did. He catches the tire down through 1 and 2. Turns it around. Not a ton of damage to that car. But this is definitely not what James Ray wanted to see. While all the battling was going on behind him, he was pulling away from the field. Now this also puts Corey Tuggle back up on his back bumper. And man, this is going to be just an insane fight for the lead, as some of the fastest guys right up there at the front. And these are guys that have got spread out a little bit, but all of them extremely fast. And the way Corey Tuggle came through the field after restarting in at the very back of the field, Corey Tuggle has made his way all the way up to 3rd, so he is going to be a handful for the leaders. James Ray definitely did not want to see that car behind him. Pace truck is in. Out of turn 4 they go. James Ray controls the restart. Green flag is in the air. They're down and away. Corey Tuggle already battling on the bottom for 2nd place. Here comes Bryce Dickinson on the bottom. It's 3 wide through turn 2. Robert Tucker sends it up into 2nd. Bryce trying to make something happen down on the bottom, but loses a little momentum. Lost the back end briefly coming out of turn 4. Fighting back on the inside, but now Corey Tuggle is up into 3rd. Corey Tuggle going to the bottom for 2nd. Middle of the track really starting to slick off. Everybody having to move to either the top line or the bottom line. The top three pulling away from the rest of the field. Bryce now in fourth, and here comes Ryan Arbogast. Ryan starting to make his way to the back bumper. Nathan Voss with him. Ryan Arbogast to the bottom. And side by side, Ryan has a run up off of turn 2. Can he take the position? He's going to slide job up, and Bryce is going to do the crossover on the bottom. Bryce now to the bottom, going, trying to keep the position. Bryce slides up, and now Arbogast does a crossover. Now does Bryce try the same move again here? Doesn't look like he's got the momentum. Back up front, James Ray still way out front. Corey Tuggle in third has now caught up to Robert Tucker in second. Arbogast currently has fourth. Bryce has lost a little bit of ground, and Nathan Voss now looking to the bottom. Looking for that top 5 finish. Nathan Voss all over the back bottom, all over the bottom of the track, trying to catch. And Bryce loses it a little bit through 3 and 4 caution. And it looks like it's the 10 car again. Let's back up the replay and see what happened. It looks like he might have caught a tire in the middle of 1 and 2. Oh, no, he just sent it in way too deep and spins it around right in front of the leader. James Ray is probably a little bit nervous. That 10 car has had an incident either involving him or right in front of him now for both of the cautions. All right, everybody take a deep breath because all the insanity is about to start again. All right, James Ray in the lead, Robert Tucker in second, Corey Tuggle third, Ryan Arbogast is fourth, Bryce Dickinson is fifth, Nathan Voss sixth, Ty Dickinson seventh, AJ Bowman is eighth, Patrick Coluccio is ninth, Skylar Massey is 10th. Those are all the lead lap cars. Zach Beisch and Stephen Evan are both 1 or more laps down. As they stack back up for the restart, looks like we might be going, yes, we are going single file restart this time. That definitely benefits James Ray here. But remember, on that last restart, we saw a series of slide jobs and crossover moves. Everything under the sun, these guys have started trying to pull to pick up any positions they can. James Ray gets the restart and green flag back in the air. And it looked like the 20 of Robert Tucker was thinking about trying to go to the bottom as quickly as possible. James Ray caught him napping. Ryan Arbogast on the charge. He is back up to fourth. Newcomer Corey Tuggle all over the back bumper of Robert Tucker. Drops down to the bottom. Slides up the track. Lost a ton of momentum. Now Robert Tucker starting to close in on James Ray for the first time. This is the first time we've seen anybody close the gap on James tonight. Corey Tuggle in third, trying to close back up on him. Ryan Arbogast currently holding on to fourth. Bryce in fifth. Nathan Voss in sixth. And Robert Tucker sends it deep into turn 3. Nothing there yet. White flag in the air for James Ray. They've got one more shot, and Corey Tuggle looking on the bottom for second place. Couldn't get there. It is going to be James Ray comes out of turn 4. He's going to pull the win. Robert Tucker finishing second. Corey Tuggle finishes third. Fourth is Ryan Arbogast. Bryce Dickinson is fifth. Nathan Voss sixth. Ty Dickinson seventh. AJ Bowman is eighth. Patrick Coluccio ninth. And Skylar Massey finishes in 10th. James Ray getting the win, and he is out there celebrating already. Hey, James, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
It looked like once you pulled away, nobody could run you down. The last 5 laps, it looked like Robert might be able to gain a little bit, but once Corey got to him, man, they just both lost so much momentum. But every green flag, you just took off and left the field.
Oh, yeah, I like ripping the top here. It's quite fun. If I can get in a rhythm, and them yellows mess you up whenever you have to stop and, get out of rhythm and get back in it. But once you get a rhythm, you can make a dig up there.
Well, you definitely showed you could dig, man. That was one heck of a race, and dominant all night. It did look like you had a couple of close calls with a lap car, but you managed to survive them both.
Yeah, I think I'll go wipe for that last one. Yeah, I think I gotta go clean up after that.
Well, that'll teach you to wear the brown pants.
Yeah, I'm gonna start wearing the pins from now on. What are you talking about?
That is probably a good idea, all things considered.
Right?
Well, it was a close call both times, but you managed to survive and pull off a very dominant win here at Charlotte, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Yep, thank you guys for putting it on.
All right, let's see if Robert Tucker or Corey Tuggle's available. Looks like Corey is. Robert is not. Hey, Corey, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, that was one heck of a run, especially after that first incident. You had to go to the back of the field, but it almost looked, as you came through the field, it really looked like you had 100 horsepower more than everybody else.
Man, I've just been doing it a good minute, man, and just it pays to just wait a minute. That's all.
Well, it definitely paid off tonight. You were one of the fastest cars out there. Had you gotten past Robert, how many laps would you think you would have needed to run James down?
Towards the end, that's how I like the track to be, and I felt like if I could get around him cleanly, then I would have had a pretty good chance of winning.
Well, you definitely showed you were one of the fastest guys out there. Looking forward to seeing what you can do with the car next week, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, Corey Tuggle finishes third. Let me double check to see if Robert is available. Robert Tucker is not available, but congratulations to him on the second place finish. And congratulations to all the drivers. There was some crazy battles going on out there tonight, and it was just tons of fun to watch. A lot of great racing and a lot of clean racing by a lot of the top drivers on iRacing. Remember, this group, it does still have some openings. If you're interested, go check out American All-Star Racing on Facebook. And as always, don't forget to check out all of the sponsors. You support them so they can continue to help support the league. 3 Wide Designs of New York, AC Custom Graphics, and ZB Cinematography. All 3 awesome people. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. Have a great night.